Hey everybody, welcome to Brain Scratch.com's second Random Rambles in our series of rambling about random things. Today we're going over IGN's Top 100 Animated Series list. Brought to you by IGN, because remember, you can't spell ignorance without IGN.
And you can't spell nerd. And you can't spell nerd without three guys nerding out over cartoons, can you?
I suppose not.
And there is no I in team.
But there is a me. There is a
What
me
does that-
in team.
What does that have to do with anything?
We're
Well, he already mentioned you can't spell ignorant without IGN. You mentioned the three nerds. I felt like I had to contribute something.
but there is a me in team. So ha.
Indeed.
Only if you spell
Why
it
don't you
backwards.
begin by reading number 100?
Let's begin with number 100. Number 100 is Josie and the Pussycats.
That doesn't belong anywhere near a top 100 list. It doesn't belong anywhere near a top 1,000 list. It doesn't belong anywhere near a top 1 million list.
It's not a good show.
To be honest, I only recall one episode, and that's about it.
No, I remember it because it always came on the half an hour before Scooby-Doo. And essentially, since it's pretty much the same show and Scooby-Doo was so much better, I remember never liking it.
How many Scooby-Doo ripoffs were there? Wasn't there one with a shark?
There was Jabberjaw.
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera made like 5 different Scooby-Doo ripoffs themselves.
They all aired at the same time.
I know, really.
You're pretty much getting like 2.5 hours of the same thing.
I never really liked Scooby-Doo that much in the first place. Am I going to like its ripoffs? No. And none of them belong anywhere near a top 100 list. Maybe Scooby-Doo itself for the nostalgia factor, but none of the ripoffs.
This was made into a movie, wasn't it?
A very bad movie.
They made a movie out of Josie and the Pussycats?
Yes, quite a while ago. It was very bad.
Why? Why would you make a movie out of that?
Because Hollywood has to rip off everything because they're too afraid to come up with anything original.
Because the Scooby-Doo movie was somewhat of a success, and they figured they'd just do the same thing with Josie and the Pussycats, maybe?
Where was the market they were trying to sell it to?
It couldn't be kids, considering kids at the time didn't see the show. It was taken off the air. I mean, sure, I saw it, but that was when they still showed classic cartoons. Anyway,
Maybe they were making a movie for the nerds who also happen to be perverts or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's move on to the next one. As soon as my page loads, goddamn fucking ads. Fucking IGN ads. Quit doing that.
Remember, all you need is to put a letter I in ads to get AIDS.
Number 99, Mask. I have never seen this show, and I have no idea what it's about.
From the look of the title, I'm guessing it's a Transformers ripoff with big rigs.
Wait,
According to the paragraph that says the show is a weird kind of G.I. Joe Transformers hybrid. And I don't know how that could possibly be good.
What's the show called again?
Mask. And no, not the good Jim Carrey.
Not the Jim Carrey movie.
Wasn't there actually an animated Mask series?
I'm not sure if that's on here or not. If it is, we'll get to it later.
Well, I remember liking that kind of, sort of.
So since we have nothing to say about the show, I guess we'll move on.
Moving on.
There was also an Ace Ventura cartoon, which weirds me out because I can't see anything about Ace Ventura that would appeal to kids.
Yeah, as you'll find, there are some shows none of us have seen, so we really have nothing to say.
But if anything, it'll be better because we have no idea what the hell we're talking about.
Yep. Number 98, Clerks.
Love the movie, never watched the show.
Wait, there's an animated series about Clerks?
Not the... Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's the same Clerks.
Yeah. I had it confused for something else.
Oh, wait, what Clerks are we talking about here? Because I'm thinking about people who work in Walmart or something.
No, the ABC program.
I've never heard of it.
Really? Well, you're seeing the Clerks movie?
Well, let me remind you all that I don't watch TV. So, yeah. No. Never heard of it.
Oh.
So what are your thoughts of where it's placed and how you like the show, Johnny?
Well, I never watched the cartoon.
Oh.
So, yeah, I've only watched the movie, which to me, from what my friends keep telling me, it's all that matters.
Okay.
So I'm guessing Yeah, I'm guessing the show
How-
wasn't really acclaimed.
How are you going to appeal to kids with a show called Clerks?
It wasn't a
Not,
kid show.
not all animation is for kids, Solaris.
It was.
Looking at
I know-
Cowboy Bebop,
I do know.
Elderly, and a whole
I
bunch
do
of
know
other anime.
Clerks. I do know
I
Clerks
thought
was.
I thought all
prime time.
animation in America was for kids, though. They actually make cartoons
What
for
about Spawn?
adults.
What about Spawn?
Well,
There
they
was
try to make
cartoon.
adult animations for adults, but since this country has a massive phobia of animation in all its forms, most of them don't do very well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I still don't understand why this country has a
Unless
phobia.
it's something like completely random and obnoxious, like The Simpsons or Family Guy, or
Those don't count as adult animations. It's just cartoons with some swear words put in.
yeah.
Moving
Yeah.
on to number 97, or we'll be here all night.
Incidentally, why is anything that is labeled mature completely immature?
I don't know. Look at Adult Swim. Number 97, The Smurfs.
I hated the
have
show.
always hated this show.
I never liked it either.
Even
I,
as a kid, I found it too
Happy-go-lucky and
happy.
goody-goody.
Yeah, I was like, my
maybe
God.
maybe I came to it at a little too old an age, but I didn't. I never ever liked it.
It's just boring and it's not very interesting.
Yeah, even I remember first watching the show when I was like 5 years old, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I remember seeing this as a little kid, and it's like, even at 4 and 5, I was like, no, it's too happy.
Oh man, you know what? The only thing this a mention of the Smurfs brings to mind is the one question on Ask That Guy,
You're talking about the Smurfs, right?
where the female Smurf was brought up. Yes, yeah.
That was a bit. That was stretching it a lot with that joke.
That was fucked up. Let's move on before we start getting into anything too furry or anything.
Alright, I'm waiting for the page to load. Number 96, Star Trek the Animated Series.
I had no idea there was an animated series.
Neither did I.
I don't watch Star Trek.
I'm not a fan, to be honest, either.
I'm waiting for the video response of a fan nerd raging about how we couldn't have seen this. Ironically, this weekend is Dragon Con in Atlanta, and Kirk and Spock are here, so
Hey.
I shouldn't be saying that.
Wait, what do you want to? How much do you want to bet that this Star Trek animated series is actually something that everyone who's actually a fan of Star Trek hates, like the Legend of Zelda cartoon or something?
I'm not sure. I'll wait for a fan to nerd rage about it in the comments.
Yeah, bring it on.
Okay,
Bring it, bitch!
Alright, let's moving on. Number 95, Fullmetal Alchemist, one of my favorite manga, one of my favorite anime, and it should be
Whoa.
fucking higher.
It
Number
should be a
95.
lot higher.
Number 95?
And you'll find that like the next 20 shows are significantly worse than Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm sorry, the
Dude.
show just has so much better atmosphere and characterization than so many other shows on this list.
It also has better humor value. And better action.
Like Major Hughes.
Better story. And better animation. And better character design. And
A better theme and a better plot.
yeah.
And
But
not
it's
afraid
Japanese!
And not afraid to kill the cutie, mind you. Or Nina.
Don't get me started on Nina.
Don't
God,
get me.
that episode was so sad.
I was like, dude, what are you making me watch here?
It's only worse with Major Hughes shortly after.
Yeah.
It's like, no, not
This
Major
like
Hughes.
this anime pulls no punches.
I know. It's like, oh no! Wait till you see Brotherhood, the updated show that's following the
Yeah.
manga. It gets
Yeah.
even worse at points
Oh,
if you know what
God.
happens. If you know what happens to Ranfan.
All right, I gotta go watch that now.
Yeah, I won't spoil anything for you, but trust me, between Nina, well, I guess technically Lieutenant Colonel Hughes, and Ranfan, it's like, does anyone get out unscathed?
You're still alive.
Alright, since we're done nerd raging about how FMA should be higher up, we're going to move on to number 94.